Hey, thanks for tuning in today. I've had just a lot of conversations in the last week around ownership, kind of linked into accountability, but more about from business owners, from leaders that are in a business wanting their employees to have more of a ownership mindset, as if you own the business. I'm driven when I'm given ownership and accountability, but I also know that a lot of people don't operate that way. And that's why employment is great for many people, because you don't have to take on that risk. You want role clarity, so you're told what you need to do and then you deliver on that. Whereas being an owner requires a completely different mindset, sometimes around taking risks, sometimes about changing the plan. There is sometimes not a lot of role clarity when you own a business. That's when strategy comes in. And that's why strategy is so important. Strategy in 2025 and beyond also needs to be something that can shift. So really, we're always walking on uneven terrain. Anyway, this is not about having clarity or living in ambiguity. I'm doing a live stream with Alan Weiss on that Friday morning, by the way, which I'll replay on this podcast. But what this is around the ownership mentality and why it's so valuable. I wrote this article back in April about a mindset, about having an ownership mindset, whether you are a founder or whether you are an employee, and why that is so helpful. It's the number one reason I would say is because it is all about agency, right? We tend to give away our control, our agency to other people. We become a bit of a victim and blame everyone else. But when you have something that's like, yeah, maybe I can make a difference. Maybe I can reach out or build a new part of the business, or I have some say on that policy that doesn't work. I think it's actually it's very beneficial for you. And there's a whole movement around quiet quitting and coasting in third gear. And I think there's times in your lives where, yeah, that's important, where some things can be going on around your life. And so you need to just be in that, just in that mode. But I would say, generally speaking, more often than not, it is way better to have an ownership mindset. So this is the article I wrote around that in April. I just wanted to read that to you just because it's been top of mind in many of these conversations. So the article was called "The Not My Job Mindset That's Costing You Millions. Why doing what no one asked you to do is the fastest path to business and career success." All right, let's go. Hey, quick story. When 31-year-old zookeeper Adipon Nundy walked into his job interview, he wasn't in a position of power. He spent the last 6 months in a contract role at Thailand's Cow Open Zoo and was looking for permanent employment. If you've ever been in that place where you have to re-audition to secure your job, you'll understand the pressure. You want to prove yourself without coming on too strong. Most candidates play it safe. They say, "I'll work hard, I'll follow instructions, I'll support the team." Pon didn't play it safe. When zoo director Narongwit Choi asked what he could contribute to the zoo's future, Adipon made a statement that sounded completely ridiculous. He said, "I'm going to make the zoo famous." The director smiled, maybe amused. Definitely skeptical, but the line stuck. Pon wasn't bluffing. After securing the role and following the birth of a pygmy hippo named Moodang, he quietly got to work. He launched a Facebook page called Kamu and the Gang, posting short daily updates about the animals. The internet took notice. Moodang went viral across TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram, and people began rerouting their travel plans just to visit her, including me. And in this article, I've got a selfie with Moodang. I absolutely love this hippo. Yeah, so we actually traveled to Sriracha in Thailand just to go to the zoo. Anyway, back to the article. In just 19 days, the zoo brought in 13 million baht, around $363,000 in ticket sales. Merchandise, licensing deals, and product partnerships are projected to generate $4.3 million this month. All sparked by a zookeeper who decided to do something outside of his job description. You won't find "make a hippo famous" on any position description, obviously. But it's a powerful reminder. Some of the most valuable contributions we make in both work and life are the ones that no one formally assigns us, the ones that don't exist yet, the ones that we create. As Wayne Dyer wrote, "It's never crowded along the extra mile." And here's why I love this story so much. I think I'm obsessed with this story because it's not just about a viral hippo, it's about, as my friend Jenny Blake coined, a non-linear breakthrough. It's proof that real impact rarely comes from following the straight path, ticking the boxes, or staying in your lane. Adipon didn't succeed doing what was expected of him. He tried a completely different approach with zero certainty it would work. And that's what I love, the guts to back a wild idea. The road to work fame is rarely on the map. You can't Google it, you can't chat GPT it, and that's exactly why it works. Here's the path to career moments that no one assigns you. What Adipon did reveals a pattern I've seen in some of the most remarkable careers and businesses. It goes like this. Peripheral vision. He noticed a moment others didn't. This is an instinct to look wider than your role. If you play sports like football, basketball, or netball, you're actually trained to look for opportunities across the pitch, field, or court, not just to see what's ahead of you. Fun fact, when you're stressed, your visual field literally narrows. It's called tunnel vision. Consistent small actions. No grand launch, just a phone, a story, and daily posts that build a connection. Honestly, welcome to 2025. What a time to be alive. We all have an opportunity to make this impact from a handheld device. Ownership. He didn't say someone should market this hippo. He said, I will. And then he did. If you want extraordinary results, you can't just tick the tasks off your job description. You have to seek out these opportunities and back yourself enough to take them seriously. By the way, this isn't just for employees. Leaders, if you have a team member with an absurd idea, maybe entertain it. Be curious. Don't shut it down immediately. If you're a founder or solopreneur, it matters even more. No one's going to assign you that project that grows your reach. They're not going to tell you, hey, that framework you mentioned on the call, you should turn that into a keynote. You have to notice your own gold and start making it visible. At times, it doesn't feel easy to do this. I go through moments where I second guess it all. Why? Well, the extra mile feels uncertain, possibly even foolish. When you take on work that no one asked you to do, there's no guarantee of recognition, and you constantly ask yourself, hey, is this worth it? Also, who knows? You'll probably fail too, and fail publicly. Horror. Although a good reminder of this is that no one actually cares. So how do you apply this in your work or your business? Whether you're an employee or founder, the formula remains the same. Spot the overlooked opportunity. What part of your work has untapped potential? What could become remarkable with consistent attention? Widen your vision. 2, take ownership without permission. Begin. Don't wait for someone else to assign it. Boring. 3, create a sustainable routine. Daily action compounds more than most people expect. 4, work in public. Don't just do the work. Let people connect to the story behind it by sharing the messy middle. And 5, persist through silence. The best ideas often start with zero feedback. Keep going anyway. Let me know your thoughts on this one. Thanks so much for listening, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.